Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to be kind of taking the camera around as I do some cooking, and I'm also going to be taking you guys out to our new property. We have some big things that we're doing out there, and I thought I would show you guys what we have going on out there as well. Before getting into this video, I want to thank Planta for sponsoring this video. I don't know if you guys remember, but probably like a month ago or so, I mentioned about some plants that I got for my anniversary, and I told you guys that I was hoping that I could keep them alive because I am not the best at indoor plants, really outdoor plants too, but I do better at outdoor even than I do with indoor plants. And literally the next day I had an email from Planta, and it's an app that I'm really excited to tell you guys about because it's been helping me so much. So with the Planta app, it reminds you when to water or mist depending on the plant that you have, fertilize, repot, and just basically how to take care of your plants. Even for someone like me who is very bad at this, it kind of takes all of the guesswork out and tells you exactly what to do. So the very first thing that you have to do is add your different household plants to the app. And I went to my plants and I was like, dang, I don't even remember what any of these are, but thankfully the app has a plant identifier on it, and so you can just take a picture of your plant and it scans it, and then it tells you what kind of plant you have. And so I did that to all of my plants, and my daughter thought that was super cool, and she wanted to take my phone and go like take pictures of like every single plant. She has a bunch in her room and then also outside, and just kind of figure out. So I'm like, that's a really neat little tool. So you can first find out what plants you have in your home. So once I did that, the app will tell you if that plant needs to be in the shade or in the sun. And so it helps me to know where I should locate the plant in my home. So in the app, you'll see the intelligent care schedule. And that part is so awesome because it will adapt the planned care advice based on your local weather, your temperature, humidity, the daylight, plant size, pot material, and it even will measure the distance from the window that the plant is sitting in your home. So that makes it super, super easy, even for someone like me that cannot keep plants alive, because it basically tells me exactly what to do for that particular plant. The app will also recommend which plants would be best for your home based upon your local weather and also your ability. So I already have several plants now that I have been recommended, and that's going to help me because I definitely want to get some more plants here in my home. If you want to try out Planta, you can use my link oilyhouse14 to get a 14-day free trial on the 12-month plan of Planta Premium, and this link can also be found in my description box. All right, so for breakfast today, I'm actually making some waffles. This recipe really isn't much different than my pancake recipe, but my kids love when we make waffles. Just, I don't know, they are different. Their texture is different. I always prefer to make pancakes over waffles because I hate fussing with the waffle maker, but they are good to change up things. I feel like it just takes a lot longer than just easily whipping up pancakes. But anyway, nonetheless, we are making waffles for breakfast. So I'm using a cast iron waffle maker for this. And so for this, I am heating up the cast iron first and then putting some oil on this. And that just makes it nice and seasoned to make it a little bit easier to get the waffles in and out of the maker. When they were finished, we served this with milk and butter, and I topped it with some syrup. We do have this recipe on our cast iron cooking blog, and so I'll have that link for you down below. All right, this next meal is I'm making something that was very specifically for the cast iron blog as well. You guys get a lot of our recipes for that because when I'm making them for the blog, it's nice to be able to video them for blog footage. And then also for the YouTube channel, it is what we eat that day. So it just kind of works out that way. And then I obviously get pictures of all these things as well. So it's kind of like a double whammy when we're making something for the blog. Now this was a particular steak cut. I don't even know how to pronounce it. I've been calling it picanha, I think. I don't know. It's a Brazilian type of cut. We actually had to go to a meat market to get it. Sometimes things that go on the blog aren't totally normal things that we would eat. It ended up being a total favorite though. For the blog, we just kind of see what things people are searching for and what we think our readers would want to see. And this was one of the recipes that we thought they would enjoy and would work well on our blog. And so that's why we cooked it. Everyone loved it. It was so good. Again, this recipe will be on that blog if you want to make this. I'm sure in certain cultures, this is a more popular steak, and I'm sure you guys are going to correct me with the way that I just pronounced the name. But here where we're at, this is a cut that isn't as well known for us. My sister, who we get all of our meat from, she had heard of it, but she doesn't actually get this cut whenever we get our whole or quarter or half of a steer from her. And so we had to go to a local meat market to get it. But like I said, it was so delicious. With it, I made some mashed potatoes and also some steamed green beans. My daughter was helping me a little bit in the kitchen on this day. Pretty much, she loves to cook all the time. And so anytime that she can, she gets in here and will help me with different things. And I love it because she is just getting so good in the kitchen. And I love that she is learning and that she's willing to learn and also just willing to help out with mealtime. All right, so this afternoon we are out at our new property. I had mentioned that we were coming out here and we are planting a bunch of trees. We ordered over 50 trees. We got a bunch of spruce and cedar trees, and we also got a lot of fruit trees. So if you guys have watched my previous videos about this property, we aren't planning on moving here in the near future. I mean, I don't know. In the next like 3 years. I don't know if that's near or what to some people. To us, it doesn't seem like super urgent, but we are working out here constantly just to get the place ready for when we do build. And we wanted to plant cedar or spruce. We kind of did a mixture of the two out on the very front line along the road, just so by the time we move there and just as we live there, we have complete privacy where we are. So we planted a line of those, and then we also wanted to start planting our fruit trees because I want to have a bunch of fruit trees at our forever home. I struggle wanting to plant those before I know it's a place where we plan on staying because it takes so long for trees to bear fruit. And because this is the place that we're planning on staying forever, we are getting those fruit trees in the ground now, so we will have fruit when we're living there. We are doing wild plum and some wild cherry trees right now. We're also planning on putting in some apple and peach trees this fall. All right, so for dinner, we are doing some more steak and potatoes. It's definitely time for me to go to the grocery store, and one thing that I never run out of is meat and potatoes. I buy my meat in bulk. I've said that a gajillion times. In fact, my sister is ready to start shipping her meat, and so I'm going to link her shop or her like meat sources down in the description box below, but I'm going to be doing like a video all about her meat and things. Maybe even get her on the channel. That would be fun. So you guys can start. I know I've had so many questions about being able to get her meat, so I'll link it down below so you guys can see it. More information about that coming soon, but because I have meat in bulk and I always buy a bunch of potatoes, we always have meat and potatoes. So today I'm just doing some sirloins. I am just cutting them up. And what I like to do, this is kind of a meal we like to do a lot, where I dice up potatoes and onions and the meat. I put it all together, put a little like Worcestershire sauce or any type of like steak sauce in here and some seasonings, and let all the juices from the meat kind of mingle in with the potatoes. And it's just a one dish meal. Sometimes we'll serve it with a salad or just sauerkraut, depending on what we have, but it's really good and easy to make. On this day, I'm actually serving it with some coleslaw. We had Easter. This is going out right after Easter weekend, and I had made some coleslaw for Easter, and we had some leftovers. So I'm just serving this up with coleslaw right now, but like I said, it would be good with any type of vegetable or green as a side. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You guys got some new meal inspiration and got to just kind of see the different things that we were doing here around our home. Be sure to check out that link for Planta, for the app that I was telling you guys about, down in my description box below. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. I get out a new video every single week.